morning and welcome back to Hammond's Upholstery. What have we got going on in the workshop this week? Well, plenty to be getting on with before Christmas still, so let's spin you around and show you what's going on. Right, so we've still got these window seat pads. I'm still waiting for the fabric to come in from Warwick, which is very annoying, to be honest with you. I've got a bunch of cushions there. You'll see the sofa that's for in a minute. That's done. But behind here we have this oak chair. That's new seat cushions and back. That I think is going to be after Christmas because I can no longer get any cushion fills, etc. pre-Christmas at this point. We've got the nursing chair over there. We've got the bar stools waiting still to be collected, but there you go. We've got part of this order done. We've got these check cushions and so on. This is the seat cushions. Again, I'm waiting for cushion fills for that. It's pre-Christmas, so I'm struggling a bit with cushion fills. This order, part of this order, has got to go out before Christmas. This is the dining chairs and the seat cushions and the sofa that you can see here. The sofa's in two parts. It's got the legs removed off it at the moment, so this should be straightforward enough, this sofa. It's been done in a white or near as damn it white fabric. Never something I would recommend, but there you go. The customer gets what the customer wants, so I need to start ripping that up. Crack on with that. The sofa shouldn't take too long. It's a simple enough sofa, and we are just recovering it. The customer has opted to reuse their existing cushion fills. It's not something that I would recommend, but as the cushion fills, or my understanding is the sofa was only recovered a couple of years ago, not by myself, but somebody else more local to them, but that's no longer trading. But anyway, so there's new cushion fills in it, only 2 years old, and she said the sofa's not had much use. So the cushion fit here, I've put the covers on them. Fortunately, my machinist has been very good this week and got on with them. So the cushions are ready to go in the sofa. But I need to cover the sofa. So the sofa is probably the easier part of this job. The dining chairs are going to take more time because there's lots of them. But again, we'll get them done in time for Christmas. Incidentally, here we have some cushions for a caravan that we've replaced the fills in them. And a customer came in saying that the fills that I had felt just too soft for him. And I inspected them and said, well, they feel really firm to me. There's nothing wrong with them. But if he really insists, we can replace them, the fills, for the firmest fills that we would put in anything. And he's requested that I do that. He did see a sample, but he still wanted to go ahead. I didn't feel a great deal of difference with it, but you know, he's aware of that, so they're ready for collection. Hopefully they feel okay, because I don't want him to have wasted his time and money replacing them, but hopefully they should be firmer than what he has. Anyway, so I need to crack on with this sofa, get this ripped up, so you can join me for that. as you can see, I'm making good progress in ripping this up. This is the inside arm, so that can stay on. You can see here the original fabric under the blue that it was, so it was in like a ticking stripe. I will remove some more of that because I do want to clean up these staples here, because they're going to potentially create problems. Certainly with a white fabric, they're going to show up lumps and bumps and so on. So we'll do a better job of ripping it up than the last upholsterer. But it's nice to see at least there's a canvas on top of the springs, albeit dip wool. It's better than nothing. So like I said, it looks like it's been well made. So I'll carry on ripping this up. Right, so that's half of the sofa ripped up now. I have to say I've done a better job than the previous person did. They left so much of the scrap fabric on it and so on, creates lumps and bumps. You don't get a good finish. Well, not a finish that I would be happy with anyway. So I've stripped it back to how it should be. I'll take you around and show you better how far we've gone back. Right, the more obvious places that you can see is that there's along this back rail here, we've cleaned off all the excess cover from the twice that it's been covered now, and all the additional foam that they put to try and hide the lumps and bumps. There's still this bit here, but that can stay on. So we've cleaned it all up, so as you can see there's nothing there to get in the way or create us any issues. The seat's great, that's fine, it's a nice sprung seat. And I've cleaned up, oh, nearly dropped that then, and I've cleaned up the underside as you can see here. So, lot better position to start with, and you end up with a better quality finished product. Just out of curiosity, we've just had this cushion come in for a customer that they're complaining about the bottom cloth has gone on it. And there you go, the bottom cloth is ripped. But this is the first time I wanted to show you this, because this is the first time I've seen this on a cushion. It's a Pt1 cushion, and they've used buttons rather than a zip to close the back of the cushion off. This is a sprung core. Again, my pet hate. It's got the mattress pocket springs in it, but it's in a nice feather jacket and so on, so a little bit overstuffed, if anything, in my opinion, that feel. But yes, the first time I've seen a cushion closed with buttons, purely aesthetic, because it's not a particularly good idea, because it puts a lot of strain on these points and these points on buttons that tear it, and it's exactly what it's done there. So we're gonna modify that, take that damaged bit out and put a zip in. The zips distribute the tension a lot better. So there you go, a little job there. I thought you might find that interesting to see a cushion closed off purely with buttons, and even the feel has got buttons on it as well. drop me a message in a comment if you've seen that before. So anyway, that's half of the sofa done. The other half is to be done next, but that'll do me for now. I'm going to knock it on the head for today. Apparently it's supposed to get really cold tonight, so I'm going to take myself home after walking the dog. First thing in the morning, rip the other half of this sofa up here, and that'll certainly get the blood flowing and warm me up in the morning. So we'll be back. I don't need to show you with me ripping that up. I will show you the cushion that you can see here. Once I've repaired that zip, I'm going to get that done tomorrow. But I need to get this half of the sofa ripped up before we can obviously put the top cover on it. So we'll be back very soon, show you what this cushion looks like when it's done, and then shortly after I'll be getting on with upholstering this sofa. Welcome back. Right, so the cover's cut and sewn up for this, so let's get this covered. There's not much wrong with it at all. I had a look at it, the foam's okay, the webbing, the springs are okay in the seat, so all we need to do now is, the hard work has been done with ripping this up and prepping it, is to put the cover on it. So it's still a bit chilly in here today, hence the coat, but soon warm up once I start walking around the trestles. So where's me do the arm first? Let's get on. So as always, got my hand inside here like a puppet. Fold the welt back because I want the welt to sit on this top edge here. So let's place this on. I've given the arm a spray with some silicone spray. Hopefully make it slide a bit easier over the foam. Nice clean fit. Right, so I'm going to lay this on its back so I can pull this piece of piping down here. So as you can see, I've got a temporary staple here, just holding this. This will get released once the seat comes underneath it. We'll make sure that this foam is pulled down to the edge. Particularly like in this cold weather. Neither is my sewing machine. That's slowed down in the cold. Right, so let's pull this towards the back now. Making sure that we're not pulling it too tight where we pull the welt back past this edge. We don't want to do that, so just check that as we go. White fabric. got clean hands. So, actual upholstery for this sofa is a bit quicker than it was to rip it up. I honestly think sometimes people forget you need to remove the old cover to replace it. Some cases I have done previously years ago where we would just cut the piping off and upholster over the top of the existing fabric. I would potentially even still do that if it was a antique piece that was done in horsehair and fibre and the customer did not want to pay for any repairs to that horsehair and fibre, so we may leave the top cover on because it's holding everything in place. So we remove it with fear of creating problems. That's all okay. Cut around the back. Outside arm. Well in from the edge on the back. So the outside. Splitting that corner. And it's back again, just so that I can finish off the bottom of the inside arm. Don't want to pull it too tight because I could reduce that or collapse the foam on the arm, which then theoretically could change the that would be needed. We don't want to reduce reduce in any way, because we're reusing the existing cushions at the customer's request. Don't have the option to make the cushions any bigger. So that's the arm pretty much on. Next I'm going to do the seat. The reason why I'm doing the seat rather than the back is because the way that it's finished at the back here on the frame, basically you've got the layers, so the seat will go down first and then the inside back will fold on top of it and get stayed down on top of the seat to close this gap off here. And it's the reason for that is that the way that the rails have been made on this sofa, because it's very deep, so they've had to put a spring rail in at 30 inches and I need to staple down on top of that. So the seat is next. Make sure I get the right seat, because we've got a left and a right. We will give our seat a little spray with some silicone. Set the seats have been cut so by themselves. That's ready to go. I'm going to start off by putting a temporary staple in the front on the pleat, just so that I know that the pleat is exactly on that corner. The same on the other side. Near as possible wanted on that corner, because this is a very clean looking suite and it's in a white fabric which shows up absolutely everything that white is horrible. So now I've got to make cuts around this arm. So we've got a flap of fabric that's going to go down here, and then the rest of it goes down here. So we've got to make a cut to come round this portion of the arm and this portion here. So here. Wander off anywhere. Now this sofa gets bolted together in two parts, so albeit this end is bolted, albeit this end is going to be bolted to the other half of the sofa, we've still got to cover it all, because when we're taking it into the customer's house, they're going to see this end and if they will want to move it again. So it's got to be finished off properly. I'm not just going to leave that half done. Right, now I need to release that bit of pipe in here, and I need to lay the sofa on its back so I can do this bit around the arm here. Little bit of lux bond around that one, I think. That's better. And a little bit of a pleats there that I didn't like when it was pulled under tension. So a little bit of lux bond in there. Pull that out. as always, I'm sorry if I've got my back to you, but such is life. I can't be spinning the camera around and all that malarkey. As I say, these videos are not necessarily meant to be instructional on how to do things. But you learn something, that's great. If you find it entertaining, that's even better still. Give you a bit more of an understanding about what's involved when you say to somebody, oh, I just want my sofa covering. Can't be that difficult. Let me just so I'm going to stand this up in a second and show you what we've been doing. I'll get back to you. Nice clean lines, clean edges, because I took the trouble to clean up the old upholstery and the existing cover and foam from previous times it's been upholstered. I get a better level of finish, so it's coming out very nicely. Here, so just the inside that so I can staple this off. This is the seat lining canvas, not canvas, but I'll just refer to it as canvas. This is what we call here in the UK, maybe something wherever you are, just a dip core bottom cloth that they've used for the canvas on the springs. If I'm honest with you, it's not that tough, but it's certainly a lot better than nothing, which I see so often put on these things. Let's finish off this side. Again, I don't want to pull this side too tight because it's up to the other half of the sofa. With some bolt fixings, I'm going to have to cut the holes through for the bolts. Bottom truck is going to have a envelope or access to the bolt fixings, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Front edge of this seat over now. Ease that over. Want it nice and clean. Take a fixing out here. I will put that straight back in though, otherwise I'll lose its position. And it's one of the, it's the joint on for the two frames, so I don't want to lose its location. It's not going to get lost, is it? Right. We've just got to pull the back of the seat off now. The seat is in. So I've got to staple this seat down because the inside stapled down. So that's the seat and arm done in real time. I'm going to put the back on, and then it's just simply the outside back, so it shouldn't take too much longer. Like I say, it takes about the same time to rip it up properly as it does to put the top cover on. So I'm going to put the kettle on because my tea's gone cold, and I'll be back very soon.